unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carlson now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check safety, check safety.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Into the secondary again. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
They'll run on 1st down. Ingram. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
You think you gonna get this? Shift. Rotate.
Ingram. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. What's good on the extra point? And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Ready up. 33. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Mike 58 right there. Tighten up. Pull together.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Here's Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Now, this series between the 49ers and the Bucs began back in 1977 in Tampa Bay's second year in the NFL. It's been a series that the 49ers have dominated, 17-7 overall, although Tampa has won the last 2 meetings. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, 45 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tighten up. Check 3. Jim.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. On the left side, this is Stills. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check. Press now.
This is Ingram. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Ready, go! 41, go! Check 41. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
3rd down, here's Haskins. And he finds Stills, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Bang it. Kill. Rush in. Watch twist. Watch 98. Watch 98. Hayward. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
On play action, Haskins. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Sliding out of the pocket. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 31. Check.
From the 22, Haskins. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
59's Mike. Check, 59.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And Matthews has it right side. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Check, 59. He's tired of me. Check, go.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Haskins back to the air. This one to the left to Higbee. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
something
well,
else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's go, boy.
First and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Time to go night-night. At 58. 58 to Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and Mike. 58, boys, 58. 58 to Mike. Here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Whitney merciless. Able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The punt team on now as from their end zone they get it away. Here's Williams to return. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10.
We got double up, double up. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Kill, kill, kill. 22, check, cover.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
52. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Yeah. Let's go right here. 41. 41's the mic. Here we go. Hurry.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On the ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Todd Gurley, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now Haskins on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
All day, every day. Check cover. Check 3. Switch.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
198. Watch 98. 98 for Mike. Off.
On second down, here's Haskins. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He was looking for Matthews that time. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big 30-yard play on third.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now it's Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Todd Gurley, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 21.
Daniel Carlson set to kick
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Haskins escaping the pressure right. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. To throw is Jackson. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games for the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the 2 teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson now. This is the tight end, Njoku. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Gurley. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Eluding the pressure. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Ingram again. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Watch 98. 98's the mic.
On third down, Haskins. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. The result, a first down, as the quick slant gets him 14. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Wide open receiver, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And a catch right side by Evans. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Check.
Crunch. Check the backer.
Again, it's Haskins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
98's the mic. Go. Hey, check it out, Reed. Watch out. He's checking. Crash.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Bud Dupree leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Watch 98. 98's the mic. I got you. Hayward.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already.
You got tight right there.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check. Hatchet. 6 guys. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber. Jet.
He's got it to Matthews, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one a first down pickup of 8. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Shit, go. Shit. Switch.
They'll run here with Ingram. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Hold up. Minus 59. Here we go. 56. Roll it. Now. Check 26. Check nickel. Big edge. Whip.
And again, it's Ingram. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Check safety. Go get him.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, check right 33. Check right 33. You got nothing with it. You got nothing.
Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now to try the field goal, and here's Daniel Carlson. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Here we go.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive,
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he takes it back to the house. All zeros on the clock. What an ending to this. What a defensive touchdown.
And that's how you play defense, folks.
So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
So the victory here for San Francisco. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the 49ers, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.